Hello you guys, and welcome to the channel. We are so excited to have you here. Welcome to the shit show that we like to call
the WFABB downfall.
Yay! So, you guys pretty much already know we've both made part 2 videos all about the WFABB downfall and the WFABB leaders, which were a very top team in Monet, and how they have now moved to iGenius. And essentially what we're reacting to is a team call. In this team call, they have their essentially announcement to their team after Kelly exposed them.
Yes.
So you guys already know what Kelly said, and they're having their team call to talk to their team about it after they were kind of exposed by Kelly. But keep in mind, this whole call, they are not allowing one person to speak. They've turned comments off, blocking people from being able to ask questions or speak. Literally, someone's going to put up a sign that says, "Can I ask questions?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, you may not." So it's going to get crazy. Buckle up. I've got my notepad because apparently we're not allowed to fucking talk.
Inspired by true events, we will be writing signs down in order to express our feelings as well as we're reacting. You know,
we're gonna be one with the team.
Exactly. So let's buckle up.
Y'all ready?
So I know you all are on here to hear about all of our new updates. And I also know you've heard some things on the internet about it all.
I know Chelsea's mentioned this, but when I was sitting on this damn call, I'm so sorry, but fucking Jasmine's breakage that's just sticking out, just hanging there for dear life. I'm so sorry, but Jasmine has welcomed an absolute shitstorm of shit talk because she's going to be a terrible human. I am good. That's funny.
Hanging on a thread.
I want to tell you the thought process behind all of this, okay? So that you guys know exactly what went on. We didn't leave you guys, well, we left you guys a little bit in the dark, but we needed to in order to make wise decisions, in order to not be distracted, in order for us to really, really put something together for the growth of WFABB. And so I'm going to start off with my thought process, okay? So you guys know all the updates already got blasted all on social media. So yes, we will be going to another company, okay? And I want to tell you guys how this all started, okay? So it started when I dropped 7 ranks, okay? You guys know when I dropped 7 ranks back in June, May. And that's when I opened up my eyes.
So I have to comment on this because this is bullshit. So in my previous video, if some of you guys saw, I mentioned how there was a video of her live on Instagram that was talking about being up, like going down several ranks.
Yeah.
But she made it into this sob story of, oh my God, I freaked out, but then I essentially pulled my head out of my ass and I persevered because, you know, girl boss. That didn't last very long, but it was a manipulation tactic she used to keep more people in, which pisses me off and is very contradictory. However, I do want to say, this is all alleged, but I had several people sliding into my DMs that this has been a very consistent thing of having no way of truly keeping a rank. She never really did, and she was not in any way performing as well as she claimed.
Was portraying on
she
social
was.
Media.
She absolutely was, from what I can see. From I had somebody even like saying, "Hey, like I literally like cannot get found out because like I'm gonna get harassed and I know it." But they were saying like essentially designer items, certain pieces, like this. And I know this is all alleged, but they were saying how a lot of her luxury items and everything were bought for her.
By who?
By other people. Like just her, like
upline or relatives.
Something like that. Yes, like it was bullshit, and or it could be fake.
She was saying, I got these bags because of my MLM.
That's the problem that we have. Because here's the thing. I don't care if you've got a sugar daddy, go off. Do it. Like, yeah. That's not my problem. I am never going to be bothered with somebody doing that type of stuff and getting luxury. Like, go for it. That's your vibe. But it pisses me off when the whole lifestyle of, look at me, I make 6 figures, I'm doing great, I'm making lots of money, and then all of a sudden she sells this lifestyle for months and months, and then she's like, I opened my eyes because I dropped 7 ranks. There's 10 ranks in the fucking company.
Well, with MLMs, especially Monat, when everything is based on what the people do under you, because in Monat, the rank structure is based on what can you do for me, so it's not sustainable. You literally depend on people under you to spend their hard-earned money, and then when they don't stay active, when they don't keep their rank, when they drop rank, when they quit, you are going to lose your rank, and I always call it the hamster wheel of recruiting. It is a non-stop thing. And then on social media, in June, didn't they go on trips and stuff? stuff, and then they were saying like, "Oh, we're on trips and we're having the best time in the Dominican."
So yeah, the Dominican Republic was the whole, oh my god, I love this company, I wouldn't be anywhere without it. They were showing off all these pictures, and then at the same time, they were making fun of us for calling their bullshit out. But then they have the utmost audacity to flip it around and then leave. And also, by the way, berate other people for not wanting to be a part of Monet anymore. But then they leave as well. It's just.
And I started thinking outside the box, okay? Because I couldn't understand how low I dropped in rank when I was working hard at helping my girls grow with me, okay? That's when I realized that there was a problem, right? Because I was helping my girls grow by giving away my leads to the ones putting in work. And I had a major, major setback. Although it wasn't allowed, we weren't allowed to stack or anything like that, I still felt the need to help my girls get to the next level.
Okay, so she essentially did things against the rules, knowing they were against the rules. They then talk crap about everyone who makes commentary content on multi-level marketing, even though we're telling the truth, and they know that they're breaking the rules. That's what I got from that, right? That's what we got. Okay.
Especially, like, you know, with this one, she's like, well, I had to do things to help my girls. Okay, and then she's the same one that said that didn't exist. Whereas Dre also said, we don't buy ranks, that doesn't exist. But then we catch.
But then you literally now say you put leads under your girls.
Yes, stacking.
Yes.
I stopped my thoughts from going any further than what I had in my head, right? And I said, I will get back up and make this comp plan work for me.
Wait a minute. I thought the comp plan worked for you, though. Hold up. Wait, I thought if you put in... Right, hold on. You bust your ass. You put in the work. The business then will help you. And then you'll make money with how much effort you put in. So Miss Jasmine, the dumbass, okay? Why did it not work? If you're busting your ass and working so hard and you're being such an amazing entrepreneur, why the hell did it not work?
Because it doesn't matter how hard you work.
Period.
As you all know, I bounced back in 1 month. And I started signing up the most people that I have ever signed up in a month. And I got many awards for it. I thought I was a champ. I felt great. I felt amazing. You guys know I went on social media to give people inspiration that it's okay. We all go through setbacks. We all go through the lows because I knew that if I could do it, many can do it as well too, right? So then I started realizing how I was neglecting people with my mentorship because even the ones who were I was neglecting even the ones putting in work, right?
Are you fucking kidding me? Remember, you guys, in Kelly's screenshots in the first video and in the second, we have Jasmine that stated that Kelly was being the neglective one and Jasmine was the one that was taking on and training for her. But now all of a sudden in the Zoom call, she says she wasn't able to and was neglecting. So which one is it? What the fuck?
Yeah. The whole Kelly thing was gaslighting. It was like, oh, you're not doing enough. You're not being a leader. But now she's admitting that she wasn't helping people either. Exactly. So you sit here and you berate your downline because Kelly was in her downline even though she started WFABB, right? With her?
I believe, or like they sign up on the same day. I'm
not
too sure.
So, well, no, that makes sense. And then she makes money off of her, takes her out of all of these groups and stuff because she's hot and cold. But she's doing the same thing as her.
Exact same thing.
It's disgusting to do that.
So, and this is also just showing me they're scrambling for a story to tell their downlines because they have nothing. So, the utmost audacity she has is saying that we're just haters. You're just a fucking liar.
And the reason for that is I'm only one human running 50 legs and trying to help my girls get ahead. You can only imagine how much work that could be, right? So I was looking at like all the people that I had in my organization directly that weren't overriding anybody. And I just thought to myself, how am I supposed to help Dre? How am I supposed to help my Daniela, even everybody else in my organization, like that are directly under me when I'm only one person doing running 50 legs, right? I couldn't even think of plans for my girls to grow because I was so busy helping everybody, right? And so here's the thing.
But you just fucking said that you weren't able to keep up with people and you were neglecting people. But now you're saying that you were helping a lot of people, but it was so much work.
People usually have 2D vision of what's going on, okay? It's left or it's right. As someone who studies the crap out of leadership, guys, every single day, like I have look, I have leading in tough times. Like I have the laws of human nature. I have.
Just because I have a fucking cookbook doesn't mean I use it. Just because I have a textbook, I'm going to be honest with you, were there a couple times where I bought a textbook and I didn't read? Yes. Okay. I did. There was one class. It was a geology class that I had in freshman year. Okay. I got that book because it was required. I looked at that thing and I said, fuck no. Just because I own a book doesn't mean I know what the hell I'm doing. Your actions show that. And the actions here showed lack of leadership. Also, again, as I said in previous video, it took 4 of you idiots, then still were not capable of announcing things properly, handing things maturely, and even just saying, hey, we're going off. And then if you're that good of a leader, they would automatically follow you. So again, no.
The leader's great. Like I have all the books on leadership. I'm obsessed with leadership, right? I've learned that you need to have 5D image. You need to be able to look front, back, in, and out.
That's 4.
You can tell the common sense and the fucking brain cells that are active in this conversation right now.
But she's trying to be demeaning. Like, she's being
She is
demeaning.
fucking
She's
being
saying
demeaning.
all of you guys have 2D vision.
Yes.
It's like she just gaslights her. It's annoying because I was in an MLM and I remember like what top leaders would say or like the top, 1%ers, and they keep you within what they want you in and in that belief system. So she is now gaslighting them like, oh, you guys have 2D vision because if you had 4D vision, then you would move to another MLM. I don't understand.
And like one other thing I do want to like add to this is why, and I know you're a little bit more timid with like you don't go as hardcore as me with some of my vote, but this is why I get mad. After a certain amount of time, you're very much self-aware. You can clearly see these people are, and they've kind of crossed a boundary that we haven't seen as expressed as hardcore in other situations. This is an entirely different story.
Never.
And so that's why I'm like, you know what? Hands are off the fucking table. Because I'm like, I'm not going to be nice or respectful to someone who disrespects their downline that gave them fucking everything.
And most people don't understand this, right? What the greater cause is for everybody to win, right? So this is when I realized I needed to have that 5D vision as to what's really going on here. So as someone who's the most tunnel vision person you could ever meet, I finally was open to looking at different comp plans, guys. I never thought that this would happen because again, I'm super, super tunnel vision. When you cannot stir me off. Okay. Even when I dropped down 7 ranks, I was like, nope, we got this. We can do this again. Let's do it. Okay. But before I even looked any further, I needed to know if my girls were truly happy with where they were in their business. Okay. And I found out that majority weren't. And that was the problem. The girls knew something was up with me and I knew how dangerous.
So I did a part 2 where I actually went through, I call her Jay. I did not actually put their names or faces, I don't think. But I go through her social media and I go through Dre's social media. And what they portray is not what's happening. So in MLMs, when you see people portray like this lifestyle, everyone's happy, everyone's making money, that's not true. It's literally not like that at all. And she's saying it right here. None of my girls were happy, but you're on social media making it seem like everyone's a millionaire.
Yes.
Everybody has money. It's like, where? Like, that's not happening on the back end. So there's a facade that this team will continue to play out in iGenius.
Planting a seed of doubt in someone's head would cause. And I tried to keep my thoughts to myself until I found a solution. Okay, I brought it up and then I found a solution, but I still was very unsure. I still needed my girls so that we can all really plan out and see everyone's opinions. I brought it up to the girls individually.
I'm so sorry. I know I had to pause this real quickly. This is the perfect example of why she is not a true leader. Because if, for example, this is something that I would want to do. If I'm going to implement a program, right? Something that is going to involve everyone. Something that is going to affect everyone's lives majorly. I'm not talking an email change. I'm talking about an entire fucking software change.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. So you need to have, this is what I think you need to do. You need to, and this is what I would do as well, have meetings, have discussions, have feedback, and ask people's thoughts, and give explanations, and a fucking presentation of this is why I think this is a good idea. This is what I think it can offer us. And again, I'm not saying that they need to cross-recruit, do any of that. I'm just saying if you're a true leader and if you actually care about them, you're going to include them because they are just as important as everyone else in this, because that's literally what this organization organization was built off of, the downlines. They literally created this for them. And so it bothers me because she kept it in the dark. She said, I needed the opinions of my girls. The people you favorited and were benefiting you the most and giving you that lifestyle is exactly what we were asking for.
And they didn't reel them in. Like, she didn't tell none of these people. She only told her top, like, 4 people that are making the most money for her. And then she wants them to go to iGenius, which they do. They do go with her, which means that she's going to continue to make a lot of money off these top people because they're going to move over and essentially cross-recruit, which you talked about. And then they're all going to make lots of money right away, which is really shitty to see.
It upsets me because this is literally a class that I actually took in this semester, was talking about management. I was really interested in management classes because I wanted to know, I mean, one, it was a part of like my degree, but it was very fascinating to me because it's good to have a really hardcore education on how to manage a team, how to be a leader, how to actually do well in corporate America and anything, right? And it literally talked about, we had a long process and a presentation that required us to talk about a step-by-step on how we would implement a change in a company. And it literally broke down, you need to show people a timeline, you need to have feedback, and it was amazing because it perfectly explained how you handle something well. And this was not it. This is not how you lead anyone whatsoever.
I laid it all out to them because I needed their opinions on this. Okay? So this took weeks of figuring out, guys, and making a final decision. We looked at different comp plans. We spoke to different leaders. We compared, looked at all the bad reviews, guys, looked at all the credibility. And guys, like, there's bad reviews on everything, on every network marketing company that you can think of. There are bad reviews. So yes.
Why? Okay, ask yourself why every freaking multi-level marketing company has horrific reviews. Any other company that may have a bad review, it's like, oh, I didn't like those pair of jeans because they didn't fit me right because I'm 5'8" and like they were a little bit short. Okay, but not what's happening here. Like, they have bad reviews, multi-level marketing, not even a lot of the times for the product, but Monet, yes, the product. They have bad reviews for everything. The business model. So yes, get out of that business model. It's horrible.
We did look at the bad reviews and we looked at the credibility. Okay. And during this process, we cried. We cried in between. We laughed in between. We were angry in between this whole process. We were confused. Number one thing, scared. Okay. Fear, everything. Right. And fear is the number one thing that really stops people from like pushing forward. Right. But I don't know if you guys heard me say this before, but I say it all the time. And this is what I live by when I make big decisions. And it has gotten me ahead. You can either let fear keep you in a place where you don't deserve to be at, or you can let fear take you to a place. You can let fear take you to the best version of you. You can let fear propel you.
That's fucking ironic because every opportunity call, you guys are like, well, fear, you just don't listen to that. That's trying to hold you back and limit you. But now fear is a way that can be used to make you do better. Like,
no, you need to.
I'm confused.
If you have the intuition or like you have that feeling that something bad is happening, it probably is. So they just want to shift that for you and make you not go within yourself and be like, okay, why do I feel this is a problem? Maybe I should go look at resources online. They don't want you to do that. And that's the issue I find with like the way she's wording this.
And I'm also having a big issue because it's like, if you really think about it and if you do a comparison of opportunity calls, other stories, other posts, you see there's such a contradiction, and they make a phrase or something and make the definition what they want for the time being. So again, fear right now is a good thing that they can use, but before, fear was a limiting belief. This is weird.
And everything that I've gone through in my life, I've had fear right beside me. And I remember, it's either you stay or you do something about it. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, babe. Anyways, I see a lot of you guys acting with emotions, and guys, we understand that network marketing is still a business. And it's a business that fuels our purpose, which is helping people on a bigger scale. Okay? I get we make relationships and have friendships, but at the core value of what it all is, it's a business. So when something doesn't make sense with business, we have to make a business decision, not an emotional decision.
All right, Jasmine, whip that bitch out.
Whip what?
The conversation. Oh! Sorry.
That if you guys see me on my phone, I was looking at the comp plan.
She's been looking at some stuff right now because a business decision is something that betters the team and the organization, correct? Okay, well, if we actually look at the Monet income disclosure statement, and we can like pop it up over here or something, like, but it has the even QV, like group volume.
You need group volume.
Yeah, sorry.
Per rank, it goes up the volume that you need.
Exactly. So pretty much essentially how much in teen sales you have to make a month.
Normally you can do
exactly to hit rank. And Monet has a certain level, but if we look at iGenius,
it's way worse.
Read it off. Read some
so
of this
here,
off.
Just for affiliates, if you want to be an iGenius affiliate, you need to invest $1,000. So first off, you have to join with 1,000. Monet was less than that. I'm not saying Monet's good because in my opinion they are garbage, trash. But theirs isn't even that much. Like they have the like $250 one, and then their requirements are way less. So when you actually look at the GV, so like the group volume, the team volume required for the top people goes all the way to 5-10 million GV, 40, 60 million. But on top of that, you have to maintain a certain amount of people under you at certain ranks. So in order to grow, if it is incentivized to recruit people, get out, because that's a problem. So here, you need to get to the top rank 60 million group volume every single month. Then you also need to maintain 6 presidential ambassadors, which where's presidential? That's a high rank.
Yeah, but even for like the starting like ranks essentially.
The two, the affiliate and the influencer, they don't have like requirements per month, but everything else
else like starts
but no, you still need to
massively.
recruit. You still need to recruit. You just don't need a GV requirement for the first 2 ranks.
So essentially with iGenius, you still, no matter what, have a requirement to recruit to go anywhere. But on top of that, the requirements for group volume are higher in iGenius than in Monet. So
again, higher in,
and not to mention, we're not even including the fees, which are excessively high per person every single month. The startup cost is ridiculous. So it's complete, utter fucking bullshit that Jasmine over here says that this is a thing to better the business, because it's not. It's ruining people, and it's going to suck the life out of them in a couple months.
It's going to be a way for them to make very quick money by all of the cross-recruiting they've done. I think they said they got 70 people over from Monet to iGenius, meaning they're going to instantly make bank, them only. I was looking at a little bit more of the comp plan, and literally the first 2 ranks, you can't even get residual income. Yeah. Which means, again, in order, and they're going to talk about this in their iGenius calls, in order to even attempt to make more money in iGenius, you must recruit. Because recruitment is needed, so you can't even get the residual, which I don't even believe it's residual income, but you can't get any bonuses. You can't do anything.
Nothing.
And then on top of that, they're investing. Yes. So on top of spending all this money and stuff, they also are probably going to lose investments because they're not educated.
Because there's a risk in investments and everything, and there's no promise. But the way that this is hyped up is giving the illusion that there's a great chance of making money. So again, the losses are extensive, and in my opinion, again, fuck Monet, but it's so much higher and so much of a greater loss in iGenius for sure.
So many people think with their heart, their emotions, and not with logic, and that's where it all falls apart. So this was very calculated, guys. We didn't just wake up and say, all right, let's make this impulsive decision and see where it gets us. Okay, I'm at a point where I'm leaving the most on the table. And I've reached this certain rank in this company. Same with the rest of the leaders.
You hear that? That's the smallest fucking violin in this world. I don't give a rat's ass. Eat shit with the spork, Jasmine. This is bullshit.
So this has, like, it always has been about helping people. And you guys might have mixed feelings or mixed emotions, but think with logic for a second, okay? I would not leave something.
Okay, second row, my girl. I've been talking about her this whole time. My girl to the left, second row, and she's the first person on the left. Keep watching her, because she starts like cursing Jasmine out and stuff.
Pissed.
She will write on a paper soon like funny shit, because again, they've kept their comments closed while she's here telling them that they're living life with emotion and talking down to them. It's disgusting.
Rating them for their rightfully so fucking feelings. If your job, lifestyle, because I mean, if we're gonna be really sorry, I know this is another thing I was thinking about.
No.
With the WFABB team, again, I don't fucking like them, but they were really smart in the aspect of they had a hold of every part of your life. whether it was social media, family, friends, hanging out, even the Wake Up with WFABB, they had so much. And so think about some of these girls, even if they were there for 2-3 months, even just a little bit. A lot of these girls have it ingrained in their brains of a routine and a bunch of people around them. So when their whole life is getting flipped upside down, it's not just about emotion. They're literally losing some of their stability and the things that they're used to. So no, you have every right to get pissed if someone snatches that from you.
Well, because this whole time, none of these people on this call have known what is happening.
Yes.
So randomly, they seen what Kelly posted, which we all seen. But on top of that, now they're getting berated on a call when they've probably given their all to these uplines. And that's the shitty thing is like the people at the top, they do what? They just essentially take your money. You think they're your friends. And then when they want to leave, she's telling you that you're working with emotion. Yeah, maybe people are emotional because maybe they just joined last month or a week ago.
The
and
Australian
now
girls?
November 1st was when they could start selling to them. So it's like you've done all this, then you've silenced them and are telling them that they're being emotional and not logical when you're fucking them over even more than you already have.
It reminds me a little too much about a bad relationship when you voice your opinion of, you know what, this is hurting me, this is not good for me, and then all of a sudden chats are off, you're silenced, you're told you can't speak it, then you're told you're the emotional one.
I have a lot to lose if it weren't for a good damn reason. Despite what you guys heard online and all that fluff, because that's what it is, it's fluff. At the end of the day, this is a business, and I'm in a business again to help people.
Okay, I hate it. It's information control. If you look at the BITE model and you really go into cults, this is what cults do. Cults say all of that info is fluff. Don't even look at it. And then if you trust this person enough still, because 70 plus people moved with them, you're going to believe that. So people aren't going to watch our calls or the videos we're making. They're not going to listen. Kelly, because they think she's a liar that's emotional, not logical. She's a shitty person. And that's not the reality of what's happening here.
No, not at all.
It's so annoying.
Even if it means it's time to move to a different vehicle that will help us help our people. Seeing some of my leaders making $300 a month, $500 a month, $3,000 a month. Meanwhile, I'm financially free. It does not sit well with me. So what would you guys prefer? Us send the elevator down and grab you guys, or stay up here and sit where we're at, or we stay up here and sit where we're at? This was a very, very tough decision. And again, the emotions were there. I get it. I see it all. You guys are upset that we haven't said anything. You guys are upset that like we left you guys in the dark, but we have been planning. We have been planning, guys. We felt your emotions. Trust me. We have a lot to lose too. Okay? I want you guys to understand this. Like you guys see a lot of things online. I know you guys got firsthand of that, but we have been here for 2 years. You guys should know our intentions. Our intentions were not to leave you guys behind.
You know what? Well, I've known some people for 2 and 3 years, and then all of a sudden I sat back and I was like, oh, you know, you're not a good fucking person. Sometimes it takes a little bit of processing time for somebody's true colors to actually be exposed and for you to be aware of it. So
our intentions was to help you guys get in a better vehicle to help you guys rise. We have a lot of pressure, a lot. We hear it all, guys. All the stories, all the struggles that everybody's going through, right? People have problems, struggles financially. We're always trying to find a solution for you guys. So please, once again, we know our intention. We know what we're doing here. And you guys, some of you guys might agree with this, some of you guys might not, but we know where we're taking WFABB in 2022. And we know it's to create and help a lot of people have success. So I'm going to pass it off to Daniela Marie so that she can elaborate a little bit on it.
All right. Hi, guys. I know it's been a crazy roller coaster of a week and of emotions for a lot of us, and it's totally understandable. And I really want to get right into it and start off by saying, you know, unfortunately, this has been brought to the attention and you guys have found out in a very negative way, which obviously our intention was to move forward with it with positivity. And, you know, a lot of you guys may be feeling a little lost, a little confused, a little uncertainty and acts of betrayal. And I want you to see it from all of our perspectives, which is why we're here today, and to really understand deeply what is, you know, what's in conclusion of everything that's been going on. And I want to share with you a little my story and roller coaster of emotions throughout this transition so I can be completely transparent with you guys. I know one of the main things that stood out to me the most about joining this community was, you know, I started 2 years ago with WFABB, and it's brought me genuine quality relationships. It's brought confidence within myself. It's brought a mindset so powerful that I didn't even know that I had. And most importantly, it brought the ability to believe in myself and my intentions for my life and future. Okay. One of the main things that stood out the most about joining this community was a sense of home. It was a sense of being able to find myself.
You wonder why people are losing their shit right now when they find out their sense of home is getting snatched out for them. But, oh, they're being unreasonable.
Through some of the darkest times in my life. And I built such a bond with some of the people who have entered my life through this community. And I'm always and will forever be grateful for everything this community has given me up until now and will continue to give me. Okay. Obviously, as a stream of income, we attached ourselves to a company that provided a product that I fell in love with and will continue to use now forever. You know, I will always support my previous company by purchasing products, and not even just the products, like the company itself as well. I have nothing bad to say, never will, because I always choose to lead with love, you know, and most of you guys know that we weren't in this company because we had to be, it's because we loved it.
We're bullies. Oh, I am just Satan's spawn. What are you? I don't know.
I'm the angel, bitch. I lead with love.
Oh.
This is not love.
Yeah. See,
this is not
I will lead with love and compassion when there's a reason to. Okay?
Yeah,
but oh, yeah. Because no one deserves a lot of respect after you continuously don't give respect to other people like that. That's when I get angry and pissed. So lead with love my fucking ass. Like,
and she's trying to make it seem like Kelly, because it's going to keep going. Kelly and everything led with like
hate.
That was annoying me. Like, oh, Kelly led with hate. All these people online are hateful, but this is love. No, you're manipulating people. That's all that's happening right now, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, and screenshot proof and voice memos of you being an absolute fuck is not hate. It's just receipts. Let's learn the difference.
Right. And I want you to understand that I never thought in a million years that the decision I've made to continue following my dreams and my mission with WFABB would result in switching companies. Okay. So when Jasmine first told me where WFABB was headed and that we were switching companies, I went through smiling about the last conversation we were talking to prior to literally being stone cold in the face. I was not expecting it. I had a rush. I was scared. I was very nervous. I thought to myself, is this something that, you know, I can see myself doing? I don't know anything about this new venture. Am I going to be successful? Is my team and my girls going to be successful? Is this something that's, you know, going to help them? I had 1,000,001 thoughts running through my mind to the point where I was so stressed and so overloaded that I got extremely sick. And some of you guys may know, some of you guys don't, you know, I don't like to broadcast everything. Some people knew, but I ended up in the hospital for several hours.
Hey, remember that, this is a good old classic, but remember when Dre was berating former MLMers and say, oh, the MLM didn't put you into a hard depression. That you didn't go into the hospital. Don't blame the MLM for that. Dre, did you voice that same perspective to Miss Daniela? Or did we just skip over that because you actually fucking like her because there was some sort of benefit? You want to pipe up? Yeah, this is exactly why I'm done. This is exactly why I'm fed up. Also,
but it's a sob story. This whole thing is feel bad for me.
I get it. I understand, and I never wish that on anyone. Yeah. But now we're using it as a manipulation tactic. If you're saying you're sick and you got miserable from the MLM, that is fucked. I never want to wish that on anyone, and I know that is possible. But using your sob story to make people feel bad for you is where I draw the line.
Don't manipulate them to move with you.
Absolutely.
To iGenius.
Absolutely. And then try and put yourself as I put so much pressure on myself for you. That's the gaslighting behavior that I don't like. Trying to hold it over your head of, I got sick because I was doing things for you. Get the fuck out of here with that.
And it was my body's way of telling me to slow down, that the stress that I was going through because of this transition, I had all the weight on my shoulders, and I was so heavy in my heart, not for the well-being of myself.
I'm so sorry, but I have to pipe up on another thing that I thought of. Okay. So something I was thinking about is, and again, I have personal experience, you know this, where I've messed up with something that I've done publicly, right? And I realized that I corrected it, and you shouldn't excuse your bad behaviors. So instead of them taking accountability for even the way that they handled it, they don't. Like, they keep excusing it, and that also is what digs them into a deeper hole.
Yeah.
Like, even if they were actually trying to, like, correct their behavior and be like, you know what, we did fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't like them right now at all, but I would at least have a little more respect. But when you hurt people like that, you don't just keep going and excusing it. You literally have to make it clear of, no, that wasn't something that needs to be excused. Were there reasons why I did it? Yeah, but they were wrong reasons. They were not appropriate, and they affected other people negatively. So
you take accountability. You don't gaslight your
Yes.
people that you're making money off of and scamming.
yes, gaslighting them with your sob story is ridiculous.
For the well-being of the organization, of the community, of WFAB, of my girls. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because at the end of the day, I am human. I have emotions. I have feelings. I'm not a brick wall, nor am I someone who doesn't think of the overall well-being of the team and what we've built here for WFAB and the path that we're paving by leading, for example, right? For the benefit of the whole team and their success stories to unfold. And I'm pretty sure that I can speak for the rest of the leaders on this team that understand this intention, right? And with that being said, I quickly came to realize that the movement of WFAB, the community of WFAB, the vision of WFAB, it will remain the same.
The way she's wording this, she keeps looking at notes. She keeps looking at, like, the fact that she wrote something out. It's like she's reading a speech.
Yeah, and that's actually all of their posts. All of their posts after announcing it. Almost identical wording. Even their Instagram stories when they were talking about leaving and why.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video about
exactly.
that.
Exactly. There you go. Stay tuned because she's gonna dive into that.
It's culty.
It is bad, dude. Oh my god.
The only thing that is changing is the vehicle that we're using to get there. Our goals, our constant education in ourselves, the constant personal development that we focus on and gain of knowledge within leadership qualities, it remains the same to become a better person, to serve ourselves, to serve for our loved ones around us, right? Our impact as WFAB does not determine on the vehicle we choose to go with. Our mission and our hearts with where we're headed is still the same intention, right? And for all of those feeling the emotions I was going through, because I can only imagine the way I found out compared to the way that you guys found out. Obviously, like I said, that was not our intention, but it reminded me of, you know, like some of the feelings that I was going through when I was saying that when Jasmine told me, it reminded me of the exact same feelings that I was feeling prior to partnering up with the previous company. It was my first network marketing company. I was scared. I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't know a single thing about marketing. I didn't know a single thing about social media, how to sell, how to impact, how to show up as my authentic version of myself. And through my limiting beliefs, I pushed that to the side to put myself in a position to learn. And that's exactly what got me here today. So the feelings of emotion and scared, I understand. And I know that a lot of it is being reacted through emotions of obviously, you know, the internet and how things kind of came about. But all in all, like, we started this organization with love. We started it with integrity, a carefully thought out organization. And with that being said, it was not something like Jasmine mentioned in the talks.
Lots of talk for someone who didn't create the WFAB team. I'm just going to be real with you here. I talked about this before of how a lot of people told me that it was her and Jasmine that created it and that I didn't even know Kelly existed. And it's weird to me because it's like she's trying to slowly put herself in that name and position and get it into people's heads that she was the one that helped co-create this. And that's not that for so long. So I just...
But okay, so this is Kelly's downline, right?
I think so.
It's either Danielle or Daniela, which they're both going to talk. So this is Danielle, Daniela, whichever. But one of them literally was the one that talked to Kelly. And then when Kelly was saying, oh, I'm just not feeling Monat right now, like, and she wants to take a break or whatever she was doing, she's the one who ran to talk shit to Jasmine.
And ratted her out.
And then that's when Jasmine came and attacked Kelly. So it's like, girl, you are not innocent in in anything.
No.
It wasn't a rational decision. It was planning for some time. And obviously it couldn't have been brought to the attention of everybody all at once. Can you imagine us, you know, just one day having a rational decision being like, oh, we're switching companies today. right? It was something that was carefully thought out. Is this best for the organization? Is it best in terms of financials for growth for the future? Is this something that everybody can benefit from, considering a lot of the things that we have been through in our leadership journeys, right? And this decision was made in alignment in regards to the acceleration, the success, and the overall vision of WFABB and what we stand for. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Dreamus to speak her part.
Thank you, babe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me just pin myself. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is definitely not how I wanted this to happen. That's for sure. So I want to first say it's really, really unfortunate how it is that most of you found out. That was definitely not our intention. I know Danielle already said that, but it was really, really unfortunate the way that people found out. What the original goal was to have a one-on-one conversation with everybody, but that was obviously overwhelming and didn't happen in time. With that being said, I am a little disappointed. I just want to say this first. I'm a little disappointed at some of the reactions. I understand that it's obviously emotional. It's tough. It's a big shock. But not all, some. I think you guys all know, if you've been here, that for the past 2 years, I poured my heart and my soul into this business. I poured my heart and my soul into this organization day in and day out, whether I was happy, whether I was sad, whether I was depressed, whether I was going through shit with my family, some stuff that you guys don't even obviously know. No matter what was going on in my life, I showed up and I poured into this community. I poured into you guys day in and day out for over 2 years. So I think you can tell through my actions, for the last 2 years, that my goal was always impact, not money.
This whole entire move to iGenius is greedy. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple.
Tell the boo.
Sorry. Okay, bitch. Let's have a little conversation here. This is what you do, right?
I do. Your hair may look good right now, but you know what doesn't look good? This bullshit that's coming out of your fucking pie hole.
Yeah, I think it's all greedy, one. And two, to tell people, like a group of people that are paying monthly fees, probably losing money, making no money, going into debt, like the FTC states, looking at income disclosure statements where 92% of people are in the #1 rank because they cannot move up. You're telling those people you're disappointed in them. It's like, oh, I'm just going to try and make you believe and twist the narrative of what's actually going on here into I'm disappointed in you. Why are you guys acting this way? You're emotional versus what's actually going on, which is greedy individuals, in my opinion, that have moved over to another MLM because they can't maintain their rank, because in MLMs, in any iGenius, any MLM, ranks are not attainable. They're not at all. So it's like you guys are using all of this as an excuse to try and help yourself, and it's not helping your case. I do like her little hair though, but we'll just continue.
And the money will come. I've always said that. I've said that many times, through the things that I do, through the amount of value that I deliver, whether it's on the calls or on social media or whatever, right? And so for certain people, not everyone, of course, some of you guys have been amazing and loving, but for certain people, for some people to, the amount of hate that we've received has been mind-blowing to me, right? Mind-blowing. For people that I poured into to see one thing on social media, or to see, that I decided to switch and completely change your energy, completely change the way that you see me.
Aw, so the people you gaslit, gatekeeped, and girl bossed a little too hard on now realized, ooh, we were lied to. We were duped. We were conned. And now you're disappointed that the manipulation's not working?
Yeah. I think that they just finally connected the dots. The people that are mad, because they have every right to be, have finally connected the dots. And it doesn't matter if you feel like you've poured into them. That's not what this is about. These people have lost money, just like it's seeming like y'all aren't making money.
Gross.
Yeah.
And the way that that you see me or see any of the others, or pay me out to be this evil person. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That really fucking hurt. That really hurt, because like I said, I've poured my heart and my soul into this business.
She's a Monet broken hair away from being a little bit evil. Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's evil, but I don't think she has the right intentions in what it is that she does.
Okay.
I think her intentions are flawed, and she's going to tell everyone, my intentions are not money. You wouldn't be moving. You wouldn't be moving to another MLM if it wasn't.
Very true.
So, so I did want to say that much, because that was really, really hurtful. And I think that based on what I've given in the past 2 years, a lot of you guys on this call, you know me. You know my heart. You know my intentions. You really know me. right? And whether you stay or come, it doesn't matter. I love you the same. And I hope that you just know that much, that my heart and my intention is in the right place. And like I said, whether you stay or go, I'll always be rooting for you, right? I just wanted to say that little piece. Now, with that being said, same thing, you know, when I found out, I was completely shocked, you know, because you guys know I was freaking obsessed, but I was completely shocked. And the more information that I heard, the more that I could just see the future for WFABB. You know, I've seen in the past 2 years, this team, not our team, I've seen a team, you know, put out over six-figure earners, over 40 six-figure earners in 2 years. Okay. And we've had 4 in 2 years. And I just wanted more for you guys. I was already making good money. Jazz was already making good money, whatever, but I just wanted more for you guys. I wanted more for my team. And if you knew me behind the scenes, the people that were here, the people that were close, they know that through every question that I asked, that was my intention.
My thing is she talking about another team that she's watched in iGenius that's hit 40 leaders, and they haven't even had 40 leaders. They've had a couple.
Wait, that's what you meant?
I think she may have.
Then that's worse.
I was about to say, if that, either way, the numbers to me don't say anything, in terms of positivity. Because even if a team in iGenius that is bumping, and you only have 40 leaders that's producing a good, livable income, that's still
40.
If it's that many,
people,
and the people that they're joining, I think, have a lot of people under them. They're apparently top leaders, so I'm sure they have a shit ton. But from what I've seen, there's a couple thousand in WFABB from looking at the chats and from some of the numbers that was being shared to me.
But they're trying to use the numbers for their gain to make it look like everyone. There's so many people that could be successful when it's a facade. They can't. If you really sit down and do the numbers, 95% of people aren't going to make any money. Right. And one thing that I fell in love with about this system is I fell in love how, you know, it's so futuristic, and I fell in love with the ability to be able to help each other, not just mentally, but help each other with numbers, you know, because of the way that it was structured. And, you know, I loved the idea that if I become a master recruiter, which I one day wish to become, you know, and be able to recruit 50, 100 people a month, I don't want me to be the only one eating off of that. I want to be able to help other people with that. You know, I want to be able to push other people out. I want to be able to help as many families as I possibly can, as many people as I possibly can. So obviously there was lots of different reasons for the decision. And that was just one of them. And 4 years ago, I'm sure a lot of you guys know Boss Lee. 4 years ago, Boss Lee was in a different company. She was a 7-figure earner. Okay, almost a 7-figure earner, which almost $1 million a year. Okay, so you can imagine if you're making almost $1 million a year, how big her team was. And when she switched companies, her account actually got terminated. And she was on every...
No shit, it got fucking terminated. She moved to a different... Okay, so here's the thing. I don't fully know a lot.
Cece reacted to this, and she goes over it. She says that essentially everything that she's saying is flawed. She doesn't know the real story about what's happening.
Yes,
so Cece talks about it.
But yeah, I think also there's another video, actually, if anyone's curious, that Chelsea made diving into Boss Lee. And
it's bad.
I'll send you, I mean, I think, you know,
I've watched
the deep dive Boss Lee. Okay,
it was great.
Sorry, I know she's made several calling this bitch out. Good for her. But yeah, Chelsea has it to where she literally dove into Boss Lee and shared about the problems and the alleged issues that were connected to her. So Boss Lee wasn't just some fucking victim, in my opinion. Boss Lee had some major issues go down. That's why these things happen. It wasn't because she was made some decision. I personally think, from what I know, it was a forced decision because she couldn't stay in certain companies anymore because of termination and because of legal troubles. Honest to God.
But the thing is, termination. You hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Termination. Mm-hmm. So you can be terminated, and me and you made a collab about this already about someone else. Is in these MLMs, they will terminate you. They will cancel your account. Nothing is sustainable in that way. So it's like when these people join, they sell this lifestyle that this could be your everything, you can do this full time, all of this stuff. But in all actuality, if you put your whole life on the back burner for this MLM, you quit your job, you do all of those things, in the end you will get effed, and there's no way around that. You will. It's just mind-blowing that they don't realize, they don't connect the dots of like, oh yeah, she was terminated. Okay,
what does that
why
mean?
I thought you were a business owner and you owned your own business and your own thing. That could be it could be taken from you at any moment.
Yeah. On every single anti-MLM page or MLM page, she was in articles. There was videos made about her. There was literally, like, the company actually sent out a letter that told everybody, block this girl. because she's this, and that.
If she's that big of a problem in the I mean, again, fuck MLMs. But if the company's saying, she's a problem, that would kind of send off a little bit of a red flag to me, I feel like. Because somebody like Bosley, if you know the situation, she's definitely a red flag, a walking truck full of red flags at this point. But you know what I mean? Like, just, I hate the comparison of Bosley.
She's not a good comparison.
And
but Dramus looks up to her.
Dre loves her. Dre needs to crawl out of Bosley's ass because Bosley doesn't give a shit. And I think Bosley, even somebody reposted it where Bosley, I think, was maybe throwing shade at this because somebody was trying to invite her into, allegedly, inviting her into iGenius, and she was like, I don't need to join this company to invest, which is true. The one time I'm going to agree with her, it's true. You don't need to join an MLM.
So even the girl you're happy about is the one that literally made a whole story laughing.
Yeah, saying like, this is stupid. Embarrassing.
And also, when Bosley was going through all of that, anti-MLM commentary wasn't really around, so I don't know what she's talking about. And anti-MLM commentary on Bosley didn't really kick off until the past 12 months. So yes, has there been stuff on anti-MLM commentary about Bosley more so recently? 100%. But when she was going through all of this back in the day, you actually had to dig to figure this crap out. You have to talk to people who are friends with her. So I don't know what she's talking about. I think they just always use this as an excuse to talk shit about us and make our information and what we're saying less credible and control the information that their teams are allowed to look at.
Yeah, totally fucking agree with you.
Going to be all for this video. This is part 1. We are 30 minutes in. We have 59 minutes. So we have 29 more minutes, and it is getting crazier from here.
I know.
We're gonna ready? No, I don't think you're ready.
I know.
I don't think you're ready.
I'm ready to get mouthy. The next video I will be excessively.
Because this is going up on my channel, so we kept it a little bit PG. PG, now we're going to horror, bitch.
I'm just about ready to say this might be mellow, but once we start inching our way into
what's about to happen,
the one that pissed me off big time, eyebrows.
Part 2. Go to part 2.
Yes.
Because it's about to get crazy. Love y'all.
Love you guys. Bye.